Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and a little notify bell next to it.
Yeah.
Make sure you always got your new Going In Raw notifications.
Yeah.
Also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there. I want to give a shout out to a couple new patrons that we've got over the last 24 hours. A reminder also at the $5 Patreon mark and at the YouTube channel membership mark, if you just hit join, you get access to all of our bonus content. We've got an episode of Steve and Larson play NBA 2K20 3-on-3 on the blacktop.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah, 3 games. It's a lot of fun. Let's see here. New patrons are, let's see here, Ness and Martin Miller.
Thank you.
So thank you very much
Thank
for your
you
support.
very much.
We really do appreciate it.
That we do.
Yeah. So right now on the channel or on all podcast apps, you can check out our AEW review.
Correct.
This is our NXT review. And then on the YouTubes, we've got Who Won Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Where we nitpick both shows and decide which was better. Spreading internet toxicity. Ooh, the war. Oh, blood, fire, all that good stuff. We just say which one we think was better for the week.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyways.
But the most diplomatic means possible.
Sure, why not? Oh, poisonous. So anyways, this is our NXT review. So let's hop into it.
Show kicked off with...
Oh, wait, in a nutshell. Sorry, in a nutshell. What did you think in a nutshell?
Oh, it was a fun show.
I thought it was good. I mentioned this during the Who Won Wednesday thing. I thought that NXT, for the last couple of weeks, because they've been, trying to counter AEW, I thought they sort of got... I like the shows. I thought they sort of got off track from like their storytelling stuff. They were maybe setting some stuff up. Finn came back. We got a bit more of that this week. Tommaso Ciampa, of course, came back. This week, I feel like things got kind of resumed normal programming, which is NXT's strength.
I kind of felt like that was the case last week. I felt like they were just kind of operating, for the most part, barring the Cruiserweight title change. But now that we know that Drew got called up to main, that makes sense.
Oh, the Cruiserweight title also, and then the Walter versus Kushida. Both those things, I was like, well, they're not even, I know Kushida's an NXT brand, but Kushida, they have not incorporated him in any stories since he's shown up in
Not
NXT.
Really. It's as if they don't really know how to best utilize him.
Right. And so I feel like this week there was a heavy emphasis on, the Undisputed Era, on Ciampa. We saw a Gargano promo. I thought things were kind of back on track with all that. So I thought it was a super quality show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. There's a couple really good matches, and the way they're interweaving everybody into the women's title scene is pretty well done.
Was this just me? Or did it seem like they're trying to, and this goes to maybe trying to counter in the most subtlest of ways, AEW's use of color? NXT tried to, they so when they showed the Matt Riddle coming up next or whatever
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that thing.
There was a bunch of color behind him. When they had Tegan Nox, they had like a galaxy behind her. I feel like there were other ways also during the episode that they were trying to brighten it up and add a dash more color to it. Not like in any major way.
I don't know if that's necessarily a sort of counter to AEW. Just might be the luck of the draw in terms of what talents were utilized last night.
I don't remember them having colorful backgrounds saying coming up next.
The only thing that seemed that was the only thing that seemed different. But I think I don't remember totally if that was Tegan Nox's Tron that played at NXT UK. I don't think that was anything done specifically for that.
Yeah.
At least I would doubt it.
Yeah, I can't speak that they would say, hey, we need to make this more color, but maybe they would. I don't know.
Because like the actual presentation of the show looked the exact same.
Yeah, maybe. Do they always have the thing, the ceiling Tron going?
I've had that for a while.
I feel like they framed that in a bit more too.
They framed they changed the framing of Damian Priest's entrance. They used to keep on that silhouette shot when he was in the ring the whole time.
It just felt
Until he did
like there was less darkness in the episode in general. Maybe I was just looking for it.
Part of
I
it
don't know.
too is I feel like there's a lot more going on outside of the ring area.
Could be.
There was those 2 Undisputed Era video bits that took us backstage into like some sort of garage area. Maybe that was part of it. We got to explore more of Full Sail than we normally or that we have the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite feel as claustrophobic.
That could be. Yeah. I just
seemed
felt
like last week,
yeah.
especially, pretty much everything that happened at Full Sail happened in the actual arena. There wasn't a whole lot of backstage stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It felt like, I don't know, it felt bigger a little bit. I feel like they were lighting the crowd more too.
Because Ciampa's back.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Ciampa's
which, he
great.
kicked off the show with a match against Angel Garza. It's good to have Ciampa back, man. He's so good.
If Angel Garza came up to you and did this, pointed to his cheek, would you give him a besito?
I have to consider it.
A beso?
Yeah.
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 I probably would. He's a very dashing man.
He's a handsome man.
I'd give him a beso.
Ciampa, though, had the early advantage in this bout until Garza started doling out drop kicks. A couple in the ring, hits a suicide dive, looked great. Back in the ring, missile drop kick off the top rope. Goodbye, tearaway pants, though.
Yeah.
Ripped them off. It's always a highlight of any Angel Garza match.
Oh, it's
He makes
terrific.
it such a presentation.
Yeah.
Tears him off. But then this is angers Ciampa. He regains the upper hand, takes those pants, puts him over the bottom turnbuckle, starts stomping on it.
Man, Ciampa versus Angel Garza's pants
And
could have
then
won match of the week.
Draped him over the bottom rope, hit him with the running knee, which is what sent Garza out of the ring prior to that onslaught against pants. It was great, and he threw the pants at Angel Garza. It was fantastic.
As soon as he throws the pants at Angel Garza's face, he brings him in for a draping DDT.
And gets the win.
Gets
It was
the win.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. Oh man, Angel Garza is like poster boy for like mid-card faction member. Like they need to, I don't know who. I want more factions, man. I want more factions.
He could fill that role, but with the idea he's the guy.
He's the Buff Bagwell.
No. He's well above that. He's the guy that's there stirring the pot, though, the whole time to eventually be the top dog in that
I
faction.
love Angel Garza.
He's so good.
I think he's so good.
He's really
But
good.
just never show his win-loss record.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see that.
Save for Cameron Grimes, like everybody else in that Breakout Stars tournament.
Jobber.
L.
Yeah.
L.
But better them than bringing in enhancement talent.
No, I agree.
Because those matches are good.
And none of these matches, I mean, this match wasn't that competitive, but it was a little competitive, have been squash matches. Like the Matt Riddle-Bronson Reed match. Matt Riddle had that match kind of well in hand the whole time, but it was still entertaining. It was still a good showing for Bronson Reed.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah.
So they're all the, again, save for Cameron Grimes, all the Breakout Stars. We haven't even seen Jordan Miles have a match since he lost to Adam Cole.
No.
They're like in spots like right above Jobber.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm on TV, and you get a chance to see Angel Garza and his immense charisma, and Bronson Reed's really good. Everybody's really good.
No, I'm happy they're on TV. Like you said, we get to see a bit of their character, and I much prefer that over bringing in enhancement talent.
Yeah. Then after the match, right as Ciampa's about to get out of the ring, Undisputed Era come out. The four of them walk down the ring, kind of circle it. Ciampa gets a chair. He gets his trusty crutch. Should they get in the ring to attack? Instead, Kyle O'Reilly goes over the commentary table. He's got something in his hand. He keeps doing this. Tosses it to commentary. It's a USB drive.
Yeah, thumb drive.
The thumb drive.
Flash drive. What are they called?
And Morrow was like, let's get this to the truck to see
What
what's
is
on
this
there.
technology he just threw me? Ooh.
I know.
We'll get this to the production truck and just air it.
Like, what if it's somebody's D?
No, he said we'll check it out to make sure we can air it.
Oh, he did say that.
He
okay.
did say that, yeah. To make sure there wasn't the unedited pictures of Roger Strong from last week. Or the
Oh
uncensored,
no!
sorry.
Oh dear! Full hog.
Yes.
By the way, man, we talked a little bit about commentary and how they're still coming along in AEW. I freaking love. They're my Morrow, Nigel, and Beth. Beth is like one of the most underrated
I
commentators.
know, she's really good.
She's
Morrow
really
still
good.
goes a little too hard on the pop culture references, but
No, I feel like this week was a bit better than last week.
It
Last
was-
week it was bad.
it was better than last week, but still there's a couple of them that he forced in there. We come back from commercial, and Morrow's like, "Oh, we screened the video. We screened the drive. There's a video on there.
Confirmed no D.
Confirm no D, no full hog on this video, so we can play it." So the video is Undisputed Era backstage in like this garage area.
Yeah.
And Adam Cole's talking to camera saying, you know, we're always people don't take us seriously. We're not getting the respect we deserve. People always assume, well, Undisputed Era, not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Well, we're here to show you that we are a huge deal. So like Roddy's coming down from something. His shirt is ripped because it was ripped earlier.
Yeah.
And they all kind of surround Velveteen Dream, who's been laid out and is as if he's got thrown off the trailer onto a couple cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
And
It was like in 2K19.
It was
where you
totally.
throw somebody off a truck.
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because when Undisputed Era first came out, I was like, that's an interesting stylistic choice for your
I know.
T-shirt,
The shirt was
Roderick
ripped.
Strong.
I know.
Because it's so silly because like it was ripped, but it just looked like they took some scissors
I know.
to it. It was like a perfectly.
Well, I thought, because didn't know if they did it last night for the longest time. Whenever they put their merch shirts on, they keep the little stickers on.
Yeah.
To really make it obvious, they just grabbed it off a pile and put it on before coming out, which is great. So I thought maybe the idea was like, well, I'm just going to do something different with mine this week.
I thought so too because I looked at like Adam Cole. He always has his cut really nicely to be like a tank top kind of. And then Roderick Strong. I was like, well, that's one way to go. But no, apparently it was because Velveteen Dream, while being basically attempted murder happens, try to grab onto Roderick Strong's shirt, maybe on the way down,
Maybe.
ripped it but fell anyways.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what William Regal said later on, out for a while. Next match was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch taking on Imperium. This is a lot of fun.
This is a terrific match.
Yeah, man.
Eichner and Bartel can do like no wrong.
They're so good.
For me, they're really good.
They're so good.
And Lorcan and Burch, you can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah.
They're terrific.
I mean, everybody hit their usual spots in this. Lorcan, I think, hit a couple of the diving spots over the rope. At one point, Lorcan and Burch go for their finish. Marcel Bartel comes in and breaks it up. Fabian Eichner hits this double springboard moonsault. Whenever he does that, it's damn impressive.
It is, yeah.
Oni kicks out,
Yeah,
but
boy.
Imperium picks up the win with, I think they called the European Bomb with the European Uppercut Powerbomb combo. Really fun match.
Yeah.
Imperium's really good.
They are really good.
Really, really good. Next, we got a Johnny Gargano video package, just in case you forgot who Johnny Gargano was and how important he is to NXT.
These are really well done. I feel like, again, also the backstage interview bit had more depth of field than I think they brought out some better cameras or something.
That could be.
For this because I thought it was really, really good. And they asked him, hey, how do you feel about Ciampa coming back?
And he said, I don't know. I won't know until I see him.
Yeah, until I see him in person. Then
I mean, Ciampa's been back for 2 weeks. You haven't ran into him yet.
Maybe he's avoiding him.
Could be.
Could
be still a lot stewing inside.
Maybe a lot of complex feelings
Despite the hug after he won the title.
Yeah.
It seemed to wrap things up a little
Was
bit.
that ever canon?
Yeah,
that was on TV?
Yeah, it was on
that
TV.
That was on TV.
Yeah.
That was after the
Candace
trademark.
came out. Candace gave Ciampa a hug. Yeah. That shouldn't have happened.
That was a misfire.
That shouldn't have happened.
That was a
There shouldn't have been any hugging.
Yeah.
Just have Ciampa come out and kind of lurk. A little nod that at most. That's it. Approval. Thumbs up.
The De Niro point. You. You
did it.
You did it.
You did
You
it.
did it.
You did it.
Anyways, I thought it was really well done because just before the interview, they give like a little, if you forgot who Johnny Gargano is, here he is. And it was really well done.
He's basically Mr. NXT.
He is, totally.
Next match, Io Shirai, who's pretty much the best, taking on Caden Carter. Io's character work is next level stuff, man.
Dude, she's
just
so
the way
good.
she carries herself,
Man.
her body language.
Yeah.
Like she comes out, she's so stoic when she first comes out.
Yeah.
Does that little turn
She's like a
towards camera,
statue, man.
and then once she completely turned around, takes the hood off, she's a maniac.
Yeah. Rage-filled.
It's fantastic.
It's awesome. That song is just killer.
It is really good. The strobe lights, everything, it's all great.
I love that moonsault is so like a moonsault. You think of it as like something that's like graceful, and you like, whew, she just freaking nails people with it.
I know it looks like it hurt, especially the one last night. It looked really painful.
I know.
She won with a moonsault, but Caden Carter got in a good deal of offense. It was actually a really fun match.
Yeah. Again, like we sort of mentioned this also. Instead of using enhancement talent, they're using just people who are on the roster, people that we see, every couple weeks, that put in competitive matches and do the job.
Better showcase for people's skills.
Yeah, sure.
After the match, Io grabs the mic and says, "Not Bianca, not Rhea. I want the next shot at Shayna."
Yeah.
And this brings out Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And she.
By the way, shame to anybody there at Full Sail who was chanting what? Give me your freaking Full Sail, dude. And you're chanting what at Io
Shirai?
Shirai?
Should not be doing that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Man.
So Rhea comes to the ring. Io tries to raise the mic to her mouth. Rhea snatches it from her and says, well, Rhea have a match against Bianca Belair next week. And Io, you better keep my name out of your mouth. If you want, unless you want me getting in your business too.
I'll shut it up. Something like that. She is tall and terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when they did the 2-shot of them staring at each other, man, she towers over Io.
Yeah, Rhea's pretty tall.
She is.
She's pretty tall.
Very scary.
So then Io just starts yelling at her.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
And then leaves.
That was great. After that, we had a Boa promo.
Yeah. Because Killian Dane beat him up last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then they had a match later on.
After that, William Regal was interviewed, talking about Roderick Strong.
That whole situation.
Yeah. Or the Undisputed Era of Velveteen Dream, rather. And he was like, yes, Velveteen Dream was viciously assaulted by Undisputed Era. Unfortunately, he's dead.
Well,
he won't be back for a couple months. Wait. I thought he said he was dead. No, yeah, he said that the injuries were so bad he's going to be out for several months.
We said for a while. Yeah.
Was it a while?
I think it was for a while. He's out of the North American title match. He's going to be out for quite some time. He's
going to be out for quite some time. He fell on cardboard. Oh,
devastating. Littered with paper cuts.
Yeah, right.
But he said, however, Roderick Strong will defend the North American title next week against the winner of the next match, Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. And that was the match that happened next.
And again, another stellar performance there from Keith Lee and Dominic. Top-notch Dijakovic. Yo.
Early on, Keith Lee starts working over Dominic's arm and he does a splash on it. That was cool. Standing splash.
That was rad.
Then we go to commercial. Dijakovic gets the upper hand. That seemed like the longest commercial break of the entire show, too. This went on forever.
Yeah. But that was the picture-in-picture one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of headlocks there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really seemed like they were just kind of killing time. Back from commercial, Keith Lee makes a comeback.
Red commercial. Let's go to headlock.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, these long commercial breaks are bogus, man.
Are we back? All right. Was it a commercial for Arby's? Actually, I think there was.
It might have been. Keith Lee makes a comeback, destroys Dijakovic with a forearm.
Yeah.
And then pounced him.
Yeah.
Only gets a 2 count.
That was awesome.
Dijakovic puts Lee on the top rope, goes for a superplex. Lee powers out. So Dijakovic's on the mat, standing up. Keith Lee's sitting on the top turnbuckle. Double overhand chop from Keith Lee. Oh, that sends Dijak off. And then Lee hits a frog splash off the second rope on Dijak's injured left arm. Then he hits this massive spirit bomb. Dijakovic rolls out of the ring. Lee gets Dijakovic back in the ring, puts him in the fireman's carry for his finish. Dijakovic escapes. Lee hits another forearm. Dijakovic responds with a cyclone kick, gets a 2, and then you just start trading blows. Forearms, punches, kicks. Dijakovic goes for a suplex. Lee blocks, goes for a couple of his own. Dijakovic at first blocks the first few attempts. Eventually, though, Lee gets him up and over for a suplex. Lee goes to the second rope. Dijakovic hits him with a super kick. Tries to get in position for his finish. So, reverse fireman's carry. Can't do it because of the arm. Instead, puts Lee in the electric chair, and Lee reverses that into a reverse Rana.
That was amazing. I was just staring at Dijak's knees while he had Keith Lee all freaking 300 some odd pounds on top of him. I'm like, God, don't crumble, don't crumble. And then, yeah, he freaking dropped him with the poison Rana.
Yeah.
It was like the slowest, it's like planets colliding.
I know.
It was like the slowest looking poison Rana, but it was amazing.
Yeah. A lot of beef involved with that Rana.
That's right.
And the finish saw the kind of brawl on the top turnbuckle. Dijak, willingly gets on Keith Lee's shoulders and some sort of Rana.
That was hilarious because it was so slow.
I know.
So here, just wait there. Here, come on, I'm getting up. Hold on. Legs coming over, big guy.
All right, here we go. Going for that Rana here.
And then he very slowly starts to go back.
I know. Well, then he kind of does a full sit-up back up, and then Roderick Strong runs in, hits both of them with the belt.
Boo.
Match toss.
Yeah.
And then Roddy runs out of the ringside area screaming, "They don't deserve it."
Bad decisions, Roddy.
Yeah.
Because William Regal was waiting there. He was waiting, up in the rafters or something.
I know.
Roderick Strong, I don't like what you just did. Therefore, next week, you will still defend that North American title against both Dominic Dijakovic, David Putty, and Keith Lee
in a triple threat match.
And Roderick Strong says, I hate you. I hate
Yeah,
you.
I hate you.
You. When keeping it real goes wrong for Roderick Strong.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we see a video of Undisputed Era waiting backstage for William Regal to walk through the garage that they cut to a little too soon because they're just all waiting against that door. And then, like, you can almost hear someone say action, and they turn.
And action.
And they start screaming
Duel.
at Regal. Why? How can you do this? You can't do this to us. And Regal just walks past them silent.
Yeah.
All very upset.
And scene.
And we're off.
And we're off. After that, we had Matt Riddle versus Bronson Reed.
This was fun.
This was really fun. It was fairly short. Matt Riddle pretty much dominated, but Bronson Reed got some fun stuff off.
Yeah, he did. Like Bronson Reed blocked a Broton, hit this huge senton of his own. But Matt Riddle pretty much got all the offense in. Hits a bro to sleep, powerbomb. V-trigger gets a 2. Matt Riddle goes for like his corkscrew splash off the top. Bronson Reed kind of catches him, hits a powerbomb, goes for a suplex. Riddle counters the sleeper, but Reed tosses him off. In the end,
he tossed him off.
Reed runs towards the corner and then tries to leap over Riddle. So he's holding onto the top rope, kind of jumping up that way. Matt Riddle goes underneath him, catches him, and hits the bro stone pile driver for the win.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Matt Riddle win a match that way in NXT yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
After that, we had a really good Bianca Belair video package where she's dropping a promo in the ring. And you're right, they were definitely using some sort of DSLR type thing.
It looks better.
It looks much better.
It looks better, yeah.
Intercut with B-roll. It was really well done. Saying that she's going to be Rhea Ripley's nightmare.
Yeah.
For their match next week.
After that, we had a Kushida health update. He's got
hairline fracture in his wrist.
Yeah, they should
be out a month. I think they said.
They said? Okay.
They said a month.
Man, whenever he comes back, they need to get him in like in a story.
Do something
matters. Have him be the guy that take the North American title off Strong. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
What do you think the Lee and Dijak's odds are next week?
Oh, not very good.
Probably not very good. They're probably going to take each other out of it.
Yeah.
Dijak eats the pin, maybe.
Maybe. After that, Tanara, I can't say Tanara Conti anymore because just Tanara versus Tegan Nox. Tanara's really gotten good.
She has. I know.
She's really good.
I know. She is. She's really confident in the ring. And
she's confident. Her character work's really good.
Yeah, and she's crisp.
And she's crisp. The way she's worked in her judo background to her in-ring work is really good.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's good stuff.
I don't know what her mic skills are like, but if they're improving at the same level or the same pace as her in-ring work, sky's the limit, man.
I wonder if she's still. That's a faction that she was with the.
With Cesar Bononi.
They're all Brazilian.
Yeah, and.
Well, Jaud was his name.
Yeah, well, Arturo
Ruas.
Arturo Ruas.
Yeah. Put them on TV.
I know. This is a fun match. Cesar got some offense in the end. Tegan won with the shiniest wizard.
Mm-hmm.
She goes down ringside. Kathy Kelly's there. Dakota Kai runs out. She's about to do an interview. Nope.
Wrong.
Out comes Shayna, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir. Shayna talks some trash to Dakota Kai and says to Tegan, "You're running out of limbs to rehab."
Ouch. Whole crowd went, good.
And then Tegan is like, "Oh, give me a title shot then. I'll show you." And Shayna says, "Well, give me a call. You get a title shot when you actually done something around
That's a bit presumptuous. If somebody insults you, don't immediately go to title shot. Say, fine, I'll fight you right now. I don't even need a title shot.
Yeah, no.
So you show that you're serious about fighting.
You want to prove your gumption.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if you win that match, then
you get a title shot.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Next, Finn Balor, kind of the promo video package type deal.
Yeah, he was talking about when you reach a crossroads in your life, sometimes you got to go back and look at the steps that you've taken before. You got to retrace those particular steps.
He kind of alluded to the Bray Wyatt thing at SummerSlam, I thought, about, what was the line he used? It was really good.
Yeah, this was a really well done thing.
It was really well written.
So like cool close-ups, and then it was really good, and I can't remember what he said.
Something about mistakes, unleashing something like that.
Mm-hmm. And he said it leads to it's an interesting premise for a return.
The past is my future, essentially, was how it finished.
Yeah, but like saying, when you move on, and what you leave in the past is either lightness or darkness. And it can lead to things, and he mentioned specifically the era. He says, or certain eras. calling out the Undisputed Era, obviously. And so Finn not too happy with how NXT is going, and he's back to maybe take care of some business and bring it back to the light or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe Bray Wyatt broke my neck. I'm back here now.
I'm getting all sorts of tattoos now, too.
Very, very silly tattoos.
Yeah. The one in his hand looked cool. I saw that
It was like a little space boy or something, right?
Yeah.
It was cool. It's cool. I like stuff with like shading in it. This is my own personal thing, though.
You like what?
Shaded stuff, like stuff with like lots of really intricate shading. His wasn't. His
one in
hand
his hand? Yeah, it was really colorful.
It was colorful, not shaded.
Oh, okay.
I think the hold on a second, Beller tattoo hand. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the horizon here has like some shading to it.
Oh.
But like otherwise it's very black. I mean, it's
very
cool.
Flat. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm also a much bigger fan of black and white tattoos. Grayscale stuff. I'm completely off topic at this point, so.
All right.
We can continue on.
Next, Boa versus Killian Dane.
Didn't they even get like a little dinosaur?
Yeah, you got a dinosaur somewhere else. Like a stick.
Like a little cartoon
Yeah, like
dinosaur.
a stick figure dinosaur. Yeah. Boa versus Killian Dane. Boa tries his best. He goes after Killian Dane early. Gets some offense in. Dane rolls out. Boa made the mistake of giving chase. Eats a huge fun splash. Just gets destroyed with fun splash. He mounts a little bit of offense here and there, though. But Dane gets the win. Hits 3 Vader bombs. And then like busts out some new submission hold, and Boa has to tap.
Yeah.
So it was like the idea of Boa was walking in with rib tape, not DDP rib tape, but the rock tape. Yeah. Due to the attack last week at the hands of Killian Dane, ribs compromise. Dane gets in there, starts stretching the rib section. If you ever had a rib injury, like hell, sneezing is the worst feeling in the world. I can only imagine if you get twisted up and stretched, how bad that would feel.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised. I thought they were gonna like have some Cameron Grimes interference here, given that Killian Dane sort of shoot him away last week, but apparently they're going to go in a different direction because of what we saw a little bit after that.
Yeah.
But before that, we had a Leo Rush video package.
It was pretty short. It's like, hey, I was gone for a while. Now I'm best cruiserweight in the world.
So they had 205 this past Friday. I didn't watch it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of just want to keep. I don't know. I like the idea of having cruiserweight title matches at NXT. But then if their stories are going to play out on 205, I don't know. I'm not sure. If they're going to do that, just do it on 205.
Then again, the prospect of having a cruiserweight title match on the TakeOver, where everybody really seems to up their game.
Yeah, I'm a little bit torn on it.
It might be worth it.
Yeah.
Might be worth it. Anyways, main event, Peter Dune taking on Punishment Martinez.
Damian Priest.
They're really pushing the idea that Damian Priest is just a party guy.
Yeah, so like he was backstage with 2 very somber looking party girls. Of course, he's very somber looking.
Yeah.
Not somber.
Maybe they weren't hyped because they weren't at the club. Like all right, this match here is formality. Then we're going to go hit the clubs downtown.
Come on,
Orlando.
ladies, let's go.
And they're like, oh, cool. We're going to go to the coolest club in Orlando.
No, we're going to the ring. we're going to Full Sail University.
Is that just a cool name for a club? Like a weird name for a club?
No, it's a college campus where the NXT shoots their weekly television productions. It's actually a school.
And they're like, oh, there might be a cool college party on campus.
No, we're not going to.
No, there's no on-campus living facilities.
There's no frats there.
What do they do there? Teach kids how to make filmed entertainment.
That's a bummer, Punishment.
Wear your dresses.
Because we'll go party after the match.
We're going afterwards.
Anyways, fun match, though. So on Pete Dunne's way to the ring, Killian Dane was still lingering.
Yeah.
And he comes up to him and starts like giving him the business, and he points at him, and Pete Dunne snaps his fingers, and he looks like a jackass.
Yeah, it was a bad idea there, Killian Dane. Bad idea.
He was beside himself, but refs were holding him back. It didn't even look like he was really trying that hard to get back to Pete Dunne because he was just made to look a fool.
Yeah, he was.
So this is a way, I'm assuming, just fast forward to Pete Dunne beating Killian Dane in probably a really good match.
I know, that'd be awesome.
To keep his strength.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
After 600 and God, how many days, Pete Dunne was UK champion. Nobody could beat him. Damian Priest did it by a swift kick to the nether regions.
Yeah. But it was a really good match before that. It wasn't as if Pete Dunne took an L looking like a chump.
He didn't look like a jerk, no.
No. Early on, he goes to his familiar strategy, working over his opponent's arm, starts stomping Damian Priest's arm in the ring, on the ring steps, all over the place, kicking it when it's against the ropes. And then they're brawling on the apron. Pete Dunne charges. Priest gets his foot up and like slams Dunne into the edge of the apron using his foot. A lot of great strikes sequences back and forth. Some vicious forearms. At one point, Pete Dunne is doling out some Danielson stomps to Damian Priest, but then Priest, because he's so tall and so long, just starts delivering up kicks to Pete Dunne.
Man, there was a killer up kick. I forget if it was, I think it was a UFC.
Oh,
finish.
yeah, knocked the guy out. I saw that.
That guy was getting worked. I was surprised the ref didn't. I think it was Herb Dean. He didn't stop it. I think he has a reputation of being really good on his back. And he was able to throw it like, hey, I'm intelligently defending myself.
I know.
Oh, that was
he had a little window and got that up kick in and knocked it out. It was great. It was great to see Damian Priest hit a Razor's Edge.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was
I'll
cool.
always mark out for Razor's Edge.
That should be a finish right there.
And then Priest follows with like that step-up somersault senton over the ropes, off the second rope. That was great. Back in the ring, Priest hits the cyclone kick, a Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
And then a choke slam, gets a 2 count. He goes for his finish. Peter Dunne counters, tries for the bitter end. Priest escapes, though. Pete Dunne goes to the top, goes for a moonsault. Priest gets his knees up. He goes for a powerbomb. Pete Dunne grabs the fingers to escape, gets out of the way. And so Pete Dunne has Damian Priest's hand, fingers about to snap him, but his back's against the rope. So the ref goes in between them to try to break him up. And as she's going in between, her back is turned. So Damian Priest has the opportunity to kick Peter Dunne square in the front area.
Yep, in the manscaped area.
Follows that.
Hog zone.
Yes, the hog pen, yes.
The bullseye.
Yeah, the bullseye, yeah.
That's what Morrow called it.
Hits the Reckoning, his finisher, for the win.
Yeah.
So that's 2 losses now since Pete Dunne's more or less been full-time NXT. Took the L in that North American title match.
That's right.
And then this one.
Yep, I don't want to see
But neither have been like totally clean losses.
Yeah.
Like when he ate the pin to Velveteen Dream, it's like an opportunistic thing.
Well, he's not fighting a bunch of people who are hungover for being at the pub too long, like in the UK. I assume that's the difference. He's like, everybody's on their game. Punishment Martinez takes care of his business first and then goes to the club. Yeah. So, anyways.
Damian Priest's whole gimmick really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though.
But doesn't that make it awesome?
I mean, I think he makes it awesome because he's really good.
Yeah, this was his best match.
This is like the best match I've ever seen him have.
ever seen. Yeah, totally.
And I didn't see a ton of his work in Ring of Honor. I've seen a couple matches.
I saw a couple that I was not impressed with.
And I saw one at one of the New Japan co-branded shows that was all right. It was one of the Honor Rising shows. Like, this is all right.
Yeah, it was all right. And dude, how many people now, like, they get to the Performance Center, then they get out there in NXT?
Well, they get to the Performance Center. It seems like they get in the best shape of their lives.
Completely right.
Because everybody goes to the Performance Center and gets absolutely jacked.
Yeah, totally.
And while Damian Priest isn't huge, he's tall and he's long.
Yeah.
But he's cut.
Yeah.
Just even like Pete Dunne, like the 2 months he's been there, he's getting a heck of a lot more definition.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody goes to PC. They're on like a really good training regimen. They probably don't have to travel nearly as much.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So they could focus a lot more on training.
And they have like the best like in-ring coaching available. It's amazing.
I mean, it's pretty. Like anybody goes to the PC and then like 2 months later they're jacked, absolutely cut and/or jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be great.
I mean, like, remember Adam Cole before NXT?
Yeah.
Like his matches were fine.
Yeah.
But like, dude,
I know. When you get the time to spend week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks just working on a match, fleshing it out, and you have Shawn Michaels' brain to pick.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about traveling 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So you can actually focus on keeping your body in really good shape. That's got to be pretty cool. I don't know. I completely understand people would never want to leave NXT. Right. It's like it seems like for a wrestler it'd be like the plum.
The best place.
You get a free gym with some of the best trainers in the world helping you out.
Yeah.
You get to practice your craft, work things out.
Now they have catering.
It's true. You don't have to worry about food trucks anymore.
No more food trucks.
And then you travel probably like 10 days a month.
Right.
And then you just have your weekly TV.
Chilling.
You live in Florida, no state income tax.
Now you're on cable TV.
on cable television. Hopefully get a raise now that WB is actually making money for NXT.
think?
Hopefully.
That'd be nice.
So hopefully like Adam Cole, who may be making 100,000, maybe double that or at least 150.
Yeah.
He's probably making, I've seen his video game room. He's making a decent living for himself. So.
Plus that Undisputed Era merch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Good stuff. You want to answer some questions?
So in the end, it seems like maybe the best job in all wrestling.
It's great. Alex C. says, so what percent is Punishment Warburton a vampire now? Punishment is not Warburton. Top Notch is Warburton.
Yeah. Now, apparently he's not a vampire at all, and that's really disappointing me. Because then what is the Archer of Infamy? He's aiming to be infamous for being a part. We discussed this already. I know, pretty much ad nauseum. But like he wants to be an infamous party boy? That goes into some really dark areas, potentially.
Well, I think the party boy stuff is just on the side.
No.
Isn't it? Archer of Infamy, there's no partying in the phrase.
Not inherently. I mean, he's aiming to be infamous. That's what the phrase means.
Oh, we decided that infamous is, we're talking, he means more in the influencer. He wants to be like a Firefest type guy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But we like last time, he was like, okay, you're a party guy. You're a party guy. You go to the clubs. You want to be infamous. And it's like, it goes down some really bad avenues.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, the roofie thing.
Yeah, the roofie thing.
Yeah, okay.
If infamy is the goal. Mm-hmm. So it just didn't make sense to me. Like, if you want... Because it's live forever. So
Which is vampire.
Well, if you take it literally, yes. Or some sort of immortal being, yes. But then if you just think... You combine that with Archer of Infamy, he's aiming to be so infamous that his reputation lives on forever. Mm-hmm. That's what I gather.
Yeah.
But which is all fine if the idea is like he wants to be known, essentially, if it's a roundabout way of saying, I'm aiming to be the greatest wrestler of all time, and I don't care if I have to do dirty tactics to get there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm going to roofie Pete Dunne before his match.
But you get the club thing involved is like, doesn't really tie into everything else.
Yeah. Well.
Just don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Joshua Martinez get to see Finn tonight at NXT show in Portland. Yeah, he's doing the Pacific Northwest swing.
Awesome. Very cool.
ALK82. Hello, wrestling podcast top guys. Did you hear what JD said? Sasha and Becky wanted to use thumbtacks in their Hell in a Cell match, but were denied.
What? Where did JD get that info from?
I don't know.
My inside sources say thumbtacks at Hell in a Cell. Denied. Garbage. Yeah, that'd be rad if they let them do that.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's a bummer. I'm not surprised they were, if that is true.
Yeah, this is a good point. But says if Roddy continues to attempt murder people, should he team up with Dexter Loomis for pointers to get the job done?
You know, Roddy does have a history of that. He did apparently try to kill Matt Riddle.
Yeah, remember that? He brought back his
bloody flip-flop.
Yeah. I remember that. I was like, oh, they're going back to that. Well, that's great. Roddy's the guy who, from time to time, a couple times a year, he's good for attempted murder.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, maybe Dexter might need to ask him for
pointers. Yeah.
Yeah, for pointers.
Yeah, potentially.
Let's see here. Henry, the horny accountant, says you left out Regal calling Roderick Strong Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
You get what you want, Sunshine.
Oh, Regal's incredible.
Alex C. has a good point. He says, is there not a character mismatch with a vampire using a crucifix bum? That's a good point, but I think that we have to get the vampire stuff is not. He's not a vampire.
It's not a vampire, and it's incredibly disappointing to me.
He wants his infamy to live forever. He wants his name to be basically in the gutters forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if that was to be achieved in the ring by doing absolutely anything he has to do to win the match.
Well, that's the thing about fame is that people just care about fame for fame's sake now.
Yes.
They don't value fame for achievement anymore, and that's what his thing is. He wants to be famous for doing just bad things, but very successful at that.
Successful at bad things, but he likes going to the clubs.
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
I don't really care to go to clubs.
I like clubs. I don't go to a lot, a couple times a year.
If you went a lot, you probably wouldn't enjoy it very much anymore.
You're probably right. It'd be like par for the course. I don't know. So he wants to be famous for bad things, being successful at them, but he also likes cocaine and is not averse to using roofies.
Like I said, if you extend the idea of the Archer infamy outside of the ring to his club, and
goes into really dark.
It goes into some really potential bad areas. Yes. Alex Foster, do you guys feel like NXT and AEW might try to outdo each other too much? I'm worried that eventually it may become too much. I feel like they're both in this place where they're kind of just doing their thing. What?
So here we go. Rollins, breaking news from WWE. Rollins is out as Team Hogan's captain at Crown Jewel.
They're not going to actually do anything on TV to lead to that? Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise is correct, man. AOP's Akam and Rezar have officially signed with Raw.
Not a surprise.
Nothing about them being drafted, so that's a good.
Yeah, they
that's
actually.
Good. And then finally, Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC title will kick off SmackDown.
That'll be good.
That'll be good. Who's Roman feuding with right now?
Apparently Nakamura.
It's a new start, so
yeah, it's a new story.
Okay, that's cool. So somebody will interfere with that, and we'll find out who he's going to feud with.
This is why WWE's creative is kind of balls right now. Like, that's something you can do over the course of a week or two, is because I think Hogan's supposed to be on Raw this week.
This is what you do, man. Even if Hogan wasn't on Raw, Rollins backstage, he's obsessed with The Fiend. He gets a phone call. Mm-hmm. It's Hogan. Mm-hmm. Hey, brother, you're out.
Hey, brother, your mind seems to be preoccupied with something else.
Yeah.
I need everybody focused on Team Hogan, brother. Everybody's going to be thinking about me.
He's this. No, it's this. It's this. Hey, you're right. Hey, brother, here's the deal. Team Hogan versus Team Flair. Biggest match of the decade, brother. But then I saw you have another match, brother, against The Fiend. You have to pick one. Make the right choice. Okay, well, I'm going to fight The Fiend. I just burned down the Firefly Funhouse. He's coming after me, Hogan. I don't know. All right. Team Hogan is compromised. You're off.
Well, then Seth will say, well, who's going to take my spot? Who do you think, brother?
Who are you talking to, brother?
What's he going to do when Hogan captains Team Hogan?
What better captain of Team Hogan is there than Hulk Hogan, brother?
Yeah, that's good.
Alex C., do you think the reason he didn't want a donut at StarCast, Punishment Martinez, was because he'd already licked them for an Instagram video?
I can't be associated with donuts right now. I'm in hot water for that one. My infamy went too far.
Andrew Jocelyn, would you rather see Peter Dune go for the Cruiserweight and North American title? Imagine a match between the Bruiserweight and the 24-year-old piece of gold.
I like the idea that his feuds start with people yelling at him from while he's coming to his next match.
Yeah.
So Killian Dane yelled at him this time, got his fingers broke. That's going to lead to a whole thing. And then after, on the way to the match for the blowout match, Cameron Grimes will yell at him. He'll get his fingers broken. That'll lead to a thing.
Yeah. Right now, I get the sense that NXT and probably also in the fans that Peter Dunne's above the Cruiserweight division.
Oh, yeah. Way above.
So
yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Alex Foster, do you guys feel like NXT and AEW might try to outdo each other too much? I'm worried that it eventually may become too much. No, I think that they're just doing their own thing.
I already asked that question.
You just did that? You already did that?
Yeah, a couple questions ago.
Oh. I didn't know you were already on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Well, you'll get my answer. No. Right. Was that your answer?
Yeah.
Go ahead then.
Tim Spulak, has AEW made NXT feel less special with both products being similar in pay-per-view, shorter shows, smaller rosters? AEW has bigger talent and more freedom for stories.
I think to a degree, yeah. Now they have to sort of split the non-main roster buzz a little bit, but that's okay. I think it'll make both of them be better.
Big Strong Boy, you get a book takeover. Which 6 matches would you book?
Punishment, Damian Priest versus... I'd bring back Party Boy Andrade.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Who can out-party whom?
Although Andrade now is just Latin lover. See that picture of him? I love you without makeup. Post-sex.
Imagine if it's Andrade versus Damian Priest in a nightclub match, but it's actually in a nightclub.
In a nightclub, of course.
Yeah. Strobe lights, black light.
Part of it is dance off.
DJ.
Yeah. Who smashes better?
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's one match. We got 5 more to go.
Hungry,
I am too.
Oh my God. You brought lunch though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see here. Demas Perez. We've had a lot of dream matches in the past 5 years in WWE and NXT. What's a dream match to see in the next 5 years? No obvious answers like Riddle versus Brock or Goldberg. Well, we just get with Damian Priest versus Andrade in a Party Boy match.
If this NXT Japan comes to pass and they manage to woo, say, Sonata, and he works his way up into NXT Prime.
Yeah.
Honestly, Sonata should be in NXT Prime anyways. He doesn't have to go through NXT Japan.
No. No, he should go straight over.
Io
Shirai versus Asuka.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
really
my
good.
number one dream match.
Say Sonata versus. I feel like Sonata versus Almas would be lights out.
Lights out for sure. Man, could you imagine though if Io like clears out? Like, let's say Shayna gets called out. Io clears out the division. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh,
That'd be good.
Man.
That'd be good. Denton Watkins, other than Monday Night Raw, which will be the first show to switch to a different day than they originally started with? Oh, we've heard that the Friday night slot for SmackDown is by no means permanent. That's entirely possible that it could switch nights at some point. I remember hearing that way back when they first announced it was going to be on Fridays.
I imagine if they find a better night that it could be on, they'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Although, wasn't there like something about like, is there a baseball game going on?
There's some talk about being preempted, but they moved the baseball game to FS1.
Oh, cool.
So SmackDown's not getting preempted now.
Wow. Okay, priority's good.
They're doling out $250 million for a show.
First show to switch to a different day than the original started with.
I don't think NXT will move days, but if the ratings got so bad, we talked about this, that USA is like, we can find something else that'll do better in this spot. They just go back to the network, but it'll still be on Wednesdays.
I could see. I mean, if TNT saw value in it, then they would, they would change AEW probably before. I don't know. Honest to God, I don't know. Like if you think of AEW, NXT, and then Friday Night SmackDown, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fox has put a lot of marketing into the phrase Friday Night SmackDown. I mean, if somehow NXT starts like whooping AEW in the ratings, and TNT's like, well, we're going to switch nights. We have a new philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wouldn't USA just be like, hey, we're going to follow you?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know that they do that. I don't know. Or they just declare victory.
Yeah, probably. Thomas Dunnigan, should Finn be going after any titles, or do you think he'd prefer to help younger talent moving forward in NXT?
No, he needs to be. I don't know about. God, I don't know, man. I don't know if he should be going after titles. Should he go after the main title? I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know either.
Finn versus Ciampa could be really cool. If
I mean,
Ciampa gets
Finn
the title
versus
back,
Cole.
Finn versus Cole,
That's going to
great.
happen.
That's totally going to happen.
But you'd think the end result of that would be Cole has to be the guy that wins that, because he's the guy that gets the rub. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Finn's a
Or at
big
least
deal.
have a series. Have a series between Finn and Cole then.
I mean, the question, I guess, is Finn going to be a spotlight front? Like when they do the poster or the card of the NXT. What is it now? What is it now on WWE.com?
Oh, the splash page? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see here.
That's Seth Rollins there.
That is Seth Rollins. Right?
Well, like, I don't think that not even anybody on it right now. There we go. NXT does.
Yeah, it's Riddle, Io. It's the same one as it was.
Yeah, they haven't changed it yet.
Ciampa's not on there, so they'll change that. They haven't even taken Drew off the 205 thing
or
yet.
Humberto or Akira
Or
Tozawa.
Tozawa or Humberto, yeah.
Kenny T, it's amazing how Rhea Ripley carries herself. I swear I thought she was 5'11 minimum, but she's 5'7".
Who is Rhea?
Yeah.
Oh, Io must be tiny then. She must be like 5 feet. Man. Boy, she carries herself.
Like she's 10 feet tall.
No kidding. Wow. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if there's one more good question here. Oh, James Rodriguez. Based on his social media posts, Finn has been on a tattoo kick as of late. We talked about this.
He has that one on his elbow. He had the dinosaur. He has that one in his hand.
Did this question prompt that discussion?
No.
Okay. So what
one I have
kind?
not asked yet.
What kind of tattoo would you design for him to get next NXT?
Like the OG Bullet Club logo. Not the one on the shirt that sold a lot, but the logo before that.
Oh, wow. A giant, like, mural of freaking Pumpkin Balor on his back.
Oh, Lord.
So, like, he takes off his jacket.
Or
and
how about
people are like,
why
what?
doesn't he just get the demon paint tattooed on his upper body? That way he doesn't go through all the airbrushing every time.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. That's so bad. That's so
Had to
bad.
wrestle all his other matches with a shirt on.
Right, exactly. That's terrible. Sting. Have him like a tattoo of Sting in the rafters. But like you have like the crowd and then the rafters.
No, yeah, Sting in the rafters. Never Sting's quarter is Patrick Bergen as Robin Hood, because Robin Hood was always next.
He was always next.
Sting was in the rafters.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's in Patrick Bergen.
Like this.
How do you remember that name? That's ridiculous. Patrick what?
Patrick Bergen.
Bergen? That was the
Yeah.
dude who played Robin Hood?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the guy who played Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Oh, he was on EastEnders like last year.
He was in a movie prior to Robin Hood.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
What movie was he in prior?
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh, that. Yeah, he was in that one. But he was in there's another one he was in.
Frankenstein?
No, what else was it?
They? Lawnmower Man 2.
No.
Well, he was. He was in all these movies I'm talking about.
Not the one I was thinking of. That's
The Lost World. That's not Jurassic Park Lost World. That's just Lost World.
Here go prior to that.
Prior? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I don't know.
For bonus episode, we got a little bit of NBA 2K20 play with me versus Larson. So enjoy that. If you're a patron at the $5 a month mark or a YouTube channel member, it'll be going up probably within the half hour. So I'm going to start uploading right after this is done. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We do appreciate. Oh, we have to actually upload this episode.
Yes, we do.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. Everybody who's watching live, thanks, everybody,
Yes,
for tuning
thank you so
in.
much.
And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.